Okay, so we are starting a new video series. So in this video series, we will explore some of the AWS services, and we try to do a little projects that is basically end-to-end projects using the AWS cloud, using the Python as a programming language. But let's start with the basics. Okay, so you can create an account first on the AWS, so you can see a lot of videos on the AWS cloud, or just google it and type create a free AWS account, so it will show you some link, or basically or either, so just go to this URL console.aws.amazon.com, and here you will see create a new AWS account. So you can create a new AWS account, right? And it will ask some debit card or credit card, so you can link that. You don't need to worry, it will not charge initially. It will just to verify your identity, that's it. So when you created an account, so you will get your account using some email ID, right? Then so by default you created an account as a root user, so let's log in with the root user. Okay, so I logged in with as a root user, because here I could see in the drop down list I only see my account ID. So account ID is basically like one account, and within one account we can get many multiple user. So this is the account ID, and I don't see any IAM user, so because this is the root user, and we have seen a lot of regions, so you can select any region based upon your location. Let's suppose right now I am into the Europe location, so the nearest location is Europe, so I have selected the London. Okay, but so to start with, I would suggest don't directly jump into using some services, because otherwise there will be high chances you will be getting charged on your debit card or credit card. So first thing is, so make sure you always don't use your a root account, but you have created the root account, so which account you will create. So first you go to the IAM. So IAM is basically identity access management, so where you will create new user, give some permissions to the users. So go to the users and try to create a one user using the root account. So first you log into the root account, then try to create a new user. So you have created a new user, or first you can, or either you can create a group, or either you can create a users. Like you have created a user, so I have created a one username Sumanshu Nankana, or you can give your name, and I have you can just click on the add permission. So once the user has been created, you can click on the add permission, and you can search, you can once you click on the add permission, so if you click on the add permission, you will see at attach existing policies, so you will see a lot of policies, so you just click on the administrative access, and that's done. So it means you have given all the admin access to your IAM users, or the other thing you can do is you can create a group. So basically it is a good practice, rather than attaching a policy means basically permissions to the users. You can create a group, so go to the user group, you can create a group like admin, right? And attach the permission with the particular group, and now you can add a user within a groups. So go to the user, you can add a user within a group, so whatever the user will be added into the group, and automatically those user will get those permission which is related, which is linked with the particular group. So let's suppose you want to create one more user, so you can just create a user, and you can add into the group, so you don't need to attach the particular permission to that group, because we already attached the permission to a group, so you don't need to particularly attach the permission to a particular user. Okay, so once you created a your user account, right, so then you can log it in. Okay, so before even logged in, you can do one more thing. So you go to the billing dashboard, and you could see the budget section here. So you go to the budgets, and you can create a basically a budget alert. So that if somehow you can unnecessary start any services, and you forget to terminate or switch it off, so you should not be charged a huge amount. So I have created a one a budget alert with the demo budget, and I set my okay, my budget is only just $1, and if my budget is exceed with 80% or 60%, I will get the email, so that I should not get charged more. Okay, so that's the very basics, you should because my purpose is not to cover this how to create the IM user, how to create the groups, how to create the budgets, because you can see a lot of videos, so you can create that. Even just it's we are creating using the console only, so you can just click on this panels and create a budget, click next, 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 and that's it. So let's sign out. So once you created the IM user, so you just sign out, and now click on the IM user. So we try to avoid working on the root user, because root user has a very high permission. So better try to create a new user and log it into that user, and then you will work. So we have to give the account ID. So account ID is basically some digit which we see. So I have already copied from. So give the account ID, click next. Now give the IM user. So whatever the user we have created, give the password. Okay, so I have attach the multi-factor authentication. So you can also attach the multi-factor authentication, or you don't want to attach, so you can't attach, it's up to us. So now I am logged in as a IM user. Then how I differentiate whether I am logged in as a IM user or a root user? So if you drop down it, so here when I logged in as a root user, I only see the account ID. I did not see any IM user, but when I logged in as an IM user, I see account ID as well as I see the IM user. So from here you can easily represent easily guess, easily tell okay whether I am logged in as IM user or as a root user. Okay, along with that you can select the region where you want to spin up your services. Okay, so before using any services, you should know which services are free for the permanent, which service is free for only for limited purpose. So there is a one link, you can go to that link, or AWS free tier on the aws.amazon.com, which services are free. So here if you scroll down, so today we will see how to spin up the EC2. So before spinning up the EC2, first I want to know whether the EC2 is free or not, right? So I see here compute services free tier for the 12 months. So it's for 12 months free, but there is some condition. We can run EC2 machine 750 hours per month, so that is okay. All right. Along with that, if you read a little bit more, so here it is mentioned 750 hours per month, but only for the Linux, Red Hat, SLES, and T2.micro or T3.micro. So, okay, or 750 hours per month for Windows T2.micro or T3.micro, depend upon the region. So here you will see, if as part of the free tier services you want to spin up your virtual machine based upon Mac operating system, right, then you will have to charge. Then right, so you will have to pay some amount, because if you see here as part of their free tier documents, so they have mentioned only Linux, RHL, Windows are free, and only T2.micro instances are free. So T2.micro means they have just give some naming conventions, T2.micro means like there is a one CPU or 1 GB RAM. So if you select any other instance, like let's suppose you have selected maybe like you think, okay, like compute service is free, let me select 64 GB of RAM. So if you select 64 GB of RAM, you will have to pay, because as part of the free tier services you have to select only T2.micro or T3.micro, depend upon the region. Okay, so we have just created the account, so we can use like EC2 as a free tier, so you don't have to pay anything, right? So let's close this. So there is search icon, so you can just like search for the EC2. EC2 is basically like creating a virtual machine in the cloud, elastic compute cloud. So EC2, C2 means there is a like double C, so elastic compute cloud. So you will see like some dashboard here, right? How many like instances are running at the time, like, right? So a lot of things like you will able to see, right? So first thing is you have to select your region. So I have selected like EU West 2. So EU West 2 is like Europe, and the location is London. So go to the instances, click on the launch instance. Okay, so here you will see like a lot of the like whenever you spin up any virtual machine, so you have to tell, okay, whether I want to spin up a Linux machine, whether I want to spin up a Mac operating system, or whether I want to spin up a Windows operating system. So based upon that it will like use the particular like image. So let's suppose you said, okay, I want to use Linux operating system. So which Linux operating system, whether it's Ubuntu, Red Hat, or any other Linux operating system. So based upon that it will use that particular image. So we have a lot of images in the quick start. A lot of images are there. In the my AMIs you can create your AMIs. In the AWS marketplace, so a third party like images are present. In the community AMI, so like the people have like gear like approximately 84,000 images. So go to the quick start. So Amazon has also provided their own images, right? So if you scroll down, like you see like Amazon Linux free tier eligible, so it is for free tier eligible, right? Amazon Linux, now you see them, this is the Mac operating system, maybe the like Mac OS. So as I told you, Mac OS is not free, that's why it is not mentioned here free tier eligible. So if you select this you have to pay. So okay, so these are the free. Now these you have to pay for the like server. So make sure you have to select the correct image. So let's select this image, Amazon Linux E2, because it is a free tier, and we are using our free tier only. So let's select this. Okay, now I told you, in as part of the free tier you can only use like T2.micro. T2.micro means like whenever the virtual machine will spin up, it has only 1 GB of RAM, it has one CPU. If you select any other family, like there are a lot of family, it's a T2, T3, T3, a lot of families are there. So family means like they have just give their own naming convention, depend upon like how many CPU, how many GB of RAM, how like what is the network performance. So this is the free tier eligible, so you will select T2.micro. So give next. Now for the initial purpose, just leave everything as is, but when you work in a company, you like right now I am using a default everything is default, like my network is default, my subnet is default, everything is default. But whenever you work on a real-time project, so this should not be the case. So ideally you should create your VPC, right? And within the VPC, whatever the services you will create, you have to attach the particular services in, you have to create those services into that particular VPC. Let's suppose I am working for one project or one client, and that client created one virtual private cloud, basically VPC instance, right? So if I create any like AWS Lambda function or S3 bucket or EC2 instance, anything, so I have to make sure that I will create the particular instance in their VPC only, not outside the VPC. If I create the outside the VPC, then they will escalate. Okay, but this is like we are doing for our own purpose, so there is no client, so we can choose the default VPC. Okay, leave everything as is. Okay, so if you scroll down you could see a user data. So user data is basically a kind of a script which you want to run as the spin will be boot up. So let's suppose you are creating a virtual machine. So you want, as soon as the virtual machine will spin up, these softwares will get installed, or these website will get up, or any number of things, whatever you want. So you can write your shell script here, right? So let's suppose we want to write one shell script, a little bit shell script here, and as part of that shell script, what we want to install Apache server, right? And on that Apache server, we will create a very minimal website, like a hello world website, right? So we will write a script. So we will write a script. So the script will be start with bin bash, um, whether it will use the bash or whether it will use the sh. Okay, so we have choose the Amazon Linux. So Amazon Linux images are based on the Red Hat operating system, Red Hat Linux operating system. So if you have ever worked on the Ubuntu, so you know on the Ubuntu, if we have to install any package, what is the command we have to do? Sudo apt apt get install. So apt is basically a package manager. If you have work on the Python, then you install the package on the pip. So pip is the Python a package manager. If you work on the Node, then you have installed the package on the npm. So apt is the package manager for the Ubuntu operating system, right? But Amazon, we have used here Amazon image. So Amazon image is created on the Red Hat operating system. So Red Hat don't use the apt, Red Hat use the yum. So yum is also the package manager. Okay, so what we will do, yum update, so it will update any patches. So yum update, and minus y means it will assume yes. So let's suppose if it will ask any yes or no, do you want to continue, yes or no, it will automatically take as a yes. So that's why we will give as a minus y, because we are running as a script when when the machine will be spin up. So when the machine will be spin up, and at that time this script should be run. So I can't enter y, whether I can't give any input from the keyboard. So that's why we have to give minus y. Okay, so that's done. Now we have to install the Apache server. So yum install, so httpd. So but I told I have to install the Apache server, but why? But I am right here httpd. So Apache server or httpd, both are the same thing, just difference is the operating system, because here we are using the Red Hat operating system. So in the Red Hat operating system, it is being installed using the httpd. So if you go to the Google and search httpd, so on the here you could see the http is basically a software program that run. So d means basically a daemon. So whenever you see like a d at the end of anything like sshd, so it's a sshd daemon. Httpd daemon is basically a software or anything which run at the background. So httpd is a Apache protocol server only. So on some operating system you will see apt get install Apache, Apache 2, but here you will see yum install httpd. Okay, so we have to install Apache, but because we are using here a Red Hat operating system, basically the Amazon based image, and Amazon based image is based on the Red Hat operating system. So we have to use the yum install httpd. Okay, so httpd is just installed. Now we have to start this daemon. So we have to start this daemon using system control, systemctl start httpd. Okay, so that's also done. Now we have to enable it. So what is the difference between the start and the enable? So start is basically, because I have installed the service, it is not in my system, just start it. And enable means whenever the machine will be spin up, so it means automatically every time HTTPD will be get started. I don't have to manually do systemctl start HTTPD. So that's why I do the enable. Okay, so if you don't do this systemctl enable HTTPD, then if you have to uh, spin up the HTTPD, so every time you have to run the systemctl start HTTPD. Okay, so I have enabled it. So now my Apache server is up. So by default, so if you have like a little bit of knowledge on the Apache, so by default Apache store the website in the HTML folder. So where www HTML is a default folder, and it's not only for the Apache, it is for the many servers. So but for the Apache, like uh, whenever you create any website, so by default you have to put your .html page under these folder, like slash where slash www slash html, so and then slash like index.html, login.html, or anything. So you have to, by default you have to paste place your HTML files here. But if you don't want to place here, so you can like modify Apache configuration, and then you can like change the configuration, and whatever the path you will give, so you can like put there. Okay, so but right now we are not changing any configuration, so we will put here. So we will like create a one just a hello world, like hello from host name is basically the IP name. So hello from this, that's it. And h1, and that's it. Now this is the redirection operator, and where I have to redirect in the var folder, in the www and in the html, and within the html I am creating the index.html. So basically this text, just a hello world, like a dollar hostname is basically the IP of the particular machine which will be spin up. So if you don't want to use the dollar hostname, that's totally fine, just to give hello world and use the redirect operator symbol, and redirect to the index.html. Okay, so that's done. Go to the add storage. So leave the storage thing as is, go to the next tag. So tags are also very important when you work in the actual project or in a company, because whenever you spin up any virtual machine, how they will differentiate who has spin up this virtual machine, whether I have spin up the virtual machine or someone from my team has spin up the virtual machine. So it is always recommended in the company, so whenever you create any instance, it's not only about the virtual machine, whenever you create any instance, just add the tag. So tag could be like owner, so give like owner, or as an owner give like your email or your name, your company email, anything, right? And there could be like so many tag like they generally use. So department tag, so let's suppose we are working in the development team. Right, and give the another tag as a name. So name is basically okay, I will tell you later. So give the like EC2 machine, EC2 instance, or you can say EC2 Amazon EC2, we can give like Amazon EC2. Okay, so that's it. So go to the next, configure security group. Okay, so we are like as part of the user data we write some script, and as part of that script we have installed in the Apache server, which will Apache server is basically to access some websites. So to access the website we have to which protocol we want, the like HTTP something, HTTP or HTTPS. So we have to add the rule. So here we have to add the rule of HTTP. By default is it is SSH. SSH is just to log in into the particular computer from the desktop, from terminal. So we don't want SSH here, so leave the SSH as is. So but we want the HTTP because we want to access our website from the browser. So HTTP protocol TSP, leave the port range and leave the source 0.00. That's it. So go to the review and launch. So here you will see like some warning because we are opening into the 00, so it is generally not recommended. So that's okay because here we are only testing. So everything looks okay. So go to the launch. Okay, so as soon as you launch, so here you will see select the existing key pair. So key pair is generally required whenever like you logged in using the SSH. So create a new key pair because maybe in future we have to log in into the same machine using the SSH, not using the console. So give the key pair name. So EC2 underscore EC2 Amazon. Give any name, Amazon. Okay, and select the RSA type. So download the key pair. So our pair has been downloaded. Click the launch instance. So now the instance will be like get started. So your instance have been initiated. So click on this instance. So you could see the name as Amazon EC2. How this name will become, because we gave the tag name as Amazon EC2. So name is their own field, so that's why it took as a Amazon EC2. We can like change as well. Okay, so instance ID is by default, so it is in the pending state. So instance type is t2.micro. So and we spin up into the London zone. So London is like EU West 2. So zone is the EU West 2. Region is basically EU West 2, but zone is EU West 2B. Okay, so yeah, that's also. And key name is EC2 Amazon because we created the key. So let me refresh it. So now it is started. So if you click on it, so you will see also a few information about the particular instance. If you click on the tags, we can see the same tags which we have given. So now let's suppose if I did not give the tag, then how should I know who has spin up this virtual machine? Whether I spin up this virtual machine or someone else like spin up this virtual machine. So using this tag like owner tag, so I can easily get to know. So generally when we do work in a real company or real time project, so these fields are like very mandatory. Okay, so here you see the public IP or the private IP. So just click copy the public IP or like open the address. Okay, because why I am opening the address, because uh, when we spin up the virtual machine, we give some user data as a script, and as part of the user data we want an HTTP server to be spinned up, and one website should become right. So if you click on this, you see that I am unable to reach this page. Why this is like, what is the issue? So the issue is here we are using the HTTPS. So by default it is taking the HTTPS, but we did not give any permission to the HTTPS. We give the permission only to the HTTP and SSH. So just remove the S and enter. So the page is not working. Let me copy it. Okay, so it is not working. So there could be some issue. So to figure out, so maybe the particular script did not work. So let me check the script whether our script is correct or not. So go to the actions, go to the instance settings. Okay, we first have to select the particular instance. So go to the instance, 1 minute, let me select the particular instance. Go to the actions, go to the instance settings, go to the edit user data. So here like this is our script. So let's see like if there is any mistake. Okay, so this is something wrong because like we give yum update -y, so that is okay. But when we run yum install httpd, it also asks whether you want to install the httpd server or not. so it is waiting for us to give y or n. So by default we have to give minus y, so that it automatically assume as a minus y. So let's edit the script. So to edit the instance, we have to first stop the particular instance. So click on the particular instance, go to the instance tab, so stop it. So we have stopped it. So go to the actions, instance settings. Sorry, we have to first select it and then edit user data. So right now instance is being stopped. So once it gets stopped, so we can easily like edit our script, basically a user data. So let's wait. So it is now stopped. Click on it, actions, instance settings, edit user data. Yeah, so I am able to edit it. So yum install httpd and then minus y. So we can give minus y. So yeah, that looks okay. Yeah, so systemctl start. So everything looks okay. So let me save it, and now let's restart it again. So start the instance. So user data has been successfully modified, and instance is being started. So it's right now it's in pending state. So let's wait for a few seconds. It will be like few minutes maybe. Yeah, now it is running. So click on it, click on the IP. So let's see if it work or not. It's still not working. So there could be some issue. So to see the issue, what we will do is we will like connect to the SSH. So connect on it. So connect. Okay, so we have like connected it. Okay. Okay, so we go to the root directory, and we have the where folder. We have the, we don't have the like www folder. So it means like httpd itself did not install. So why it did not install, so we have to figure out, right? So you could see there is a one folder like a log folder. So go to the log folder and less, and you could see like some cloud.init.output log, cloud.init.log. So we can check that cat cloud.init.log. So let me check this. Okay, so let me check the other one, cat uh, space cloud init then output.log. So it says permission denied. That's okay. So we will use the sudo. Okay, so we are able to see the logs. So let's see what it has done. Okay, so it is running our instances, Amazon EC2 instances. Okay. Okay, so it is giving some existing another app is hosting the holding the yum log, waiting for it to exit. Okay, so I probably like our script is wrong. We did something wrong in our script, and why maybe it is holding because I told you when we run anything like sudo apt-get install, it generally asks whether you want to install the particular software or not, y or n. So that could be one of the reason, but we have give minus y, it should take. So because it say like another instance is already running, so you can't, so there is a lock basically, and this is the reason. uh, nothing get installed. So that's why like httpd itself not get installed, and that's why we are unable to see the fail to start httpd service. Because when we run systemctl, because it's failed to execute no such file or directory. So if in it there is no such script. Why there is no subscript? Because it is unable to find even there is no wwwl folder or www folder, because httpd itself not get installed. Okay, so let's clear it. So let me try to run the same command which we have run. So what's this? So we did yum install, yum update. Okay, sudo yum update -y. Okay, sudo yum install httpd -y. So probably we have to maybe give the sudo. Yeah, so let's do using the script only, and we can exit from the SSH and go to the instances, stop the instances again. Okay, then again modify our script. The video is getting longer and longer because of the issue, but still it's okay, because the main purpose is to we have to fix it. And in the actions, in the instance setting, edit user data. Okay, so let's do it using sudo yum install httpd sudo yum update -v yum install httpd -y. Yeah, everything looks okay now. I'm not sure whether it will still work or not, but let's give it a try. Start the instance. If it will not work, like, we will stop this video here and try to create a new more video, and we'll figure out. So click on it, copy the public IP address. So, and one more thing, like, you have to notice here, so every time this public IP address like get changed. Okay, still it is not working. If I have to connect to the SSH, and we will again check, like, what is the error. Why it is unable to install the services. Okay, it is asking like, is this okay, ydn, and are we not giving -y? We are giving -y. It should take uh, uh, sudo yum install. Okay, minus y should be first and then it should be httpd, but we are giving as opposite, I believe. So maybe this could be the issue. Let's try. So go to the instances, so click on it, stop the instance, click on it, actions, edit user data. We will give yum install minus y and then httpd. We will see like if it will it could be the root cause. So because whenever we install any software, it will ask for our prompt whether you want to install or not, because we are installing as part of the script, so we can't enter y or n, so we have to pass some argument which will automatically take y or n. Yum install. So let's see. Start the instance. This is the last try. So every time like the public IP will get changed, but the private IP will not get changed. So you see that this IP will be remain same, but every time like this will be like getting generated. So copy, still not working. What could be the issue? It is asking is this okay, and we are not entering any y or n, but we are giving y or n. And it is unable to install the HTTP service itself. So sudo yum install httpd minus y. If I give in this way, package already installed latest version. Basically whatever we are doing here, so we have to do using the script only. So now we have the like this folder, www.html. We can create one file. Okay, so we have the permission deny added. So I think we have to run some command. So there is a change owner command. Basically we have to run that. So operation not permitted. Yeah, and it's still permission denied. So maybe it could be the reason that we are using from the IM user, we are not from the root user. But let's see. I will figure out why the HTTP are not getting installed, and we'll create one more video. Yeah, thank you.